Welcome to Coding Dev. Today we will learn how to close a modal and a dropdown in React when clicked outside. Before jumping into the code, let us see what we are going to achieve. So our first use case will be, say we have a dropdown like this. Whenever we click outside of it, we will be closing this dropdown. Another use case is we will be creating a modal in React, and again when we click outside of this, we will be closing this modal. So let's create our first project. Let's open the terminal and run npx create react app react dropdown. Once the installation completes, let's navigate to the React dropdown directory and open it in our VS Code. Once the project opens up, let's delete the files which is not necessary for our project. Let's select app.css, app.test.js, logo.svg, report webvitals.js, setup.test.js, and let's go ahead and remove the references as well. Let's remove this code for the time being. And in the index.js, let us remove this report web vitals com. Let us open the terminal and run npm start and see if the project starts up fine. Yeah, the project has started. We don't have any content as of now. Let's go ahead and add some content. I'll just remove this class name for the time being. And as per the mockup, we need to have a button as well as a drop down. So let's create the button here. Say click me and a list of options. Let's say drop down option 1, and let's just repeat that 4 times. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, since this is a list item, it will have these bullets. We need to remove them by styling them. Let's add some class to this. Let's add a class name of say list and a class name of list item to the items. And we'll just repeat them for the other list items. And we'll also be styling the button, so let's add a class name to that as well. And I'll be adding a wrapper class for the div. Let me just move this terminal so that you can see the code properly. And let's open index.css and style our app. Let's remove all the styles here. We want our content to be centered, so let's add display flex and justify content center. So let's add some margin at the top. Let's say wrapper margin top as 20 pixel, and let's style our button. So button B. Let's add some border around the button. Border 1px solid. Say with the color of light blue. The button is a bit small. Let's make it larger by adding a padding of 10px. Now let's make these corners rounded by adding a border radius of say 5 pixel. I want to make the font look bold, so let's add a font weight of bold. I don't like this gray background. I want the background to be white, so let's say background color as white, not wheat, white. How to make this button wider so that it aligns with this drop down. So let's say add a width of 140 pixel. If you see, whenever we focus on the button it doesn't show that hand symbol. Let us add a cursor of pointer, so that it shows the hand symbol whenever I hover on the button. If you inspect this list item and see, you will see there is some padding and border added default by the browser. So let's remove them. So our class name is list here. So let's add padding as 0 and margin as 0. So we see that padding and margin gone. Let's remove this bullet points from here. So list style is none. Now let us add some border and shadow to this list. Say box shadow 0, 6 pixel, 12 pixel, and an RGBA color of 000, which is black, with a transparency of 0.175. Now you see a nice little shadow added there. Let's also add a border of 1 pixel with a gray color. Now that we have styled the list, let us style the items within the list. The class used here is a list item. So list item. Let's add some spacing. Say a padding of 8 pixel. And again we want the cursor to be pointer. So let's make that cursor pointer. And whenever I hover over an item, I want that to be highlighted. So let's add style for hover and active. So that will be list item column hover, as well as list item column active will be. Let's add some background. Okay, I need to remove this comma from here so that the auto suggestion comes properly. So let's add F3, which will be another gray color. So if we hover over it, we get a nice background. So if you see, the width of the button as well as the list is not the same. So let's adjust that. Let me increase it and see what is perfect. I think 143 would do. So let's modify the width of the button to 143 pixels. Now that we are done with the styling, let's go ahead and implement the logic. Let's open app.js, and what we want is, we don't want these items to be shown whenever the page loads, so we need to initially hide them. So let's introduce a state, say is menu open, and let's give it a value of false initially. And let's import our use state, and let us hide this list for the time being. Only if the menu is open, then we'll show the menu. And let us add an on click to this button. Whenever user clicks on this button, let's make this menu open up. So what we'll do here is, we will toggle the current selection. That is, whenever user clicks on this button, it will open. Whenever the user clicks again, it will just close. So this will act as a toggle button to open and hide the menu. If you see, if you click outside of the menu, nothing happens. So we'll add that logic now. So what we want is, whenever the user clicks outside this wrapper, we want the menu to be closed. So we will add a reference to this wrapper, and whenever the click event is triggered outside this wrapper, we will close the menu. So we will be making use of useref hook in React to add reference to the wrapper. And let's import this from React, and we will give the reference to this wrapper. Now we have the reference. Let's create a useEffect hook where we will be binding the click events of the body and checking whether the click is triggered outside or inside of the menu. So let's import useEffect from React. Let's write a function inside this Must check if clicked outside. This will take a parameter of E, which is a event handler, and we want to check if the click is outside only if the menu is open. So let us see if is menu is open. Since we are referring this is menu is open here, we need to add it to the dependency of use effect, and we also need to check if this reference exists. That will be like ref.current. This ref.current is nothing but this wrapper, so we need to check if the click is not within this wrapper. So we can do that by checking if ref.current contains of e.target. That is nothing but we are checking whether the click target is within this wrapper or not. If it is not, that's why we have added this not condition. If it is not, then we will be closing the menu. So we'll call set is menu open to false. So to summarize this, we check if menu is open, then we check if this reference exists, then we check if the click is outside this menu or not. That is, if the target we clicked is not within the wrapper, then we close the menu. So we have declared this function, we need to call this function. So inside this use effect, what we will do is we will add a document.eventListener. Whenever click is triggered on the document, we will call this check if clicked outside. Since we are adding a event listener to the document, we need to clean it up whenever this component is unmounted. So we'll add it to the return callback, and we'll change it to remove event listener. So now if you open the menu and click outside, it just closes the menu, and if you click inside the menu, it doesn't close it. So this is how we detect if the click is triggered outside or inside. So let's move on to the next use case, the model creation. In order to create models, we have a concept called portals in React. Let's go ahead and see what portals are. Portals provide a first-class way to render children into a DOM node that exists outside the DOM hierarchy of the parent component. That is, if you open the terminal and inspect the body, you'll see that there is a div ID root. So when we create portals, we will be creating a ID outside this div ID root, and we will be mounting this model inside that, so that they stand out from the rest of the content. So first of all, let's go ahead and create the project. Let's open our terminal and run npx create react app react model. Once the installation completes, let us navigate to that directory and open the code in VS Code. And as usual, let's go ahead and delete the files which are not necessary. And quickly remove the references of them. Let's remove this HTML content in the class as well. Let's go to index.js and remove the report web vitals reference. And let's go ahead to index.css and remove the styles from here. Again, we want this content to be center aligned. So let's do display flags and the justified content of center. Let's go to app.js and add a button which will say open model, and let's create a component called model.js. Let me use this shortcut to create the functional component. You can use this ES7 React plugin to create this functional component with the shortcut, that's RAFCE. I'll just say this is a model for the time being, and let me import this model here and include it here. just import it. So now if you start the application and open the browser, you'll get this button and this is a modal text here. So what we'll be doing is we'll be moving it to the portal, and whenever this button is clicked, we'll be showing the modal. So as already explained earlier, we need to have another div here so that we can mount that modal. So let's go to public folder and open index.html, and let's create another div here, and let's name it as modal-route. So the syntax of creating portal is React DOM.create portal of child and container. Child will be nothing but the component, and the container will be nothing but the div reference we have just created. So let's go to modal.js, and instead of returning this text, let us return React DOM.create portal. Let's create a div here saying this is a modal, and instead of container we'll have document.getElement by id of the id we just created, that is nothing but modal-route. We'll just paste it here, and let's import React DOM from React DOM. Now if you see, nothing has changed, just the alignment has changed. If you inspect and see, you'll see this modal text has mounted inside this modal-route div, not inside the root div. So let us go and show this modal only when the open modal is clicked. We can do that by having a local state here. Say is modal open. Let's set it false for initializing, and let's import useState, and we will show this modal only is modal open is true. And let us add onClick handler to the button, and let us set is modal open to true whenever open modal button is clicked. That is, whenever I click open modal, this will show the modal here. Now we have the functionality here. Let us add some styling to our modal. So as you can see in the mockup, we need the modal to be fixed here, and we need this background here. So let's go to index.css and add some styling. Before adding the styling, let us add some classes to our modal. Let us say modal, and we'll go to index.css and add the styling. Let us say position as fixed. Let's add a background color of RGBA 0, 0, 0 and a transparency of 0.5. If you see, the background has come just for the text, we want the background to come throughout the body. So what we need to do is, since the position is fixed, let us give left as 0 and right as 0, top as 0 and bottom as 0. So the background will come throughout the body, and what we need to do is add some content to the modal. So let's open this modal.js and let us have some content here. I'll add a div with a class name of modal content, and inside that I'll have a div with the class name modal title, which will be used to display the title of the modal, and we will have a modal body. Let us add some random text to it, and also we will have a footer to the model which we will be using to close the model. Model footer, and inside this we will have a button, say close. Now let's go ahead and style the model. I'll just close the terminal. Let us add a background color to the model content. I want it to be white. So if you open it and see, this is how it looks as of now. We want it to be in the center of the document. Let's make this model as flex and justify content center and align items center so that our model comes in the center. We don't want this model to be this wide. Let us add a width of say 600 pixel, and let's add some rounded corners here. That will be border radius of 5 pixels, and let us style this model title, say padding of 0.8 rem and a bigger font size since it is the heading, and let us add one border below the title. That will be border bottom of 1px solid with a gray color, and I want this title to be center aligned, so let me do text align center, and let's add some padding to this body. That will be, the class name is modal-body, say padding of 1 rem. Now let us style this close button. Before that, let's add some styling to this footer. That is modal-footer. Let us add some border like we have added for the title. Let me just copy the style from here. In case of this footer, the border will be at the top, and let's add the same padding as that of title. I want this close button to be right aligned, so let's make this footer as a flex and justify content as flex end. Whenever I hover over the button, I want cursor to be a hand symbol, so let us add button style as pointer. Now that we have styled this model, let us implement this close functionality. If you remember, we already have this set model open function, so let us just pass it to the model. So I'll say on close equal to set model as false, so it will just close the model whenever that close button is clicked. So let us accept this as the prop, and let's add on click listener here, so whenever the close button is clicked, the model gets closed. So let's test this. Let's click on close. Yeah, it gets closed. Let me open it again and click close again. Yeah, it works fine. So the next functionality we will be doing is whenever we click outside of this model, we will be closing it. So let's inspect and see. If you see, what we need to implement is, if we click outside this model content div, then we need to close the model. So if you recall from the previous section, what we will be doing is, we will create a ref for this content and check if the click is outside this div or not. If it is outside, we will close. If it is inside, we will not be doing anything. So let's go ahead and add the reference to this modal content. Let's import useRef from React and create a reference. And we'll give the reference to this modal content. And we will have a use effect. Let us just import this use effect. Here we will have the function to check if it is outside click. Let's say check if clicked outside, and we will receive the event handler, and we'll check if this ref exists. If it exists and if this clicked target is not within the reference, then we will be closing the model. We'll be doing that by ref.current.contains of e.target. If it is not within the target, then we will just on close. As done earlier, let us bind this to document.eventListener. We'll add the click event, and while closing the model, we'll just remove that event listener. Let's see what is the warning here. So this is telling this onClose is a dependency here for the use effect. So let's add it here. Now if we open the browser and see, if we click outside, it just closes the model. If we click inside, nothing happens. If we click on the close button, it closes. We'll check that again. Yeah, it works fine. One final thing we'll be implementing here is, let us see how the model looks when there are scroll bars here. So to make scroll bars come, let us add some content to this page. Let us say lorem of say 50, and again let us add some content after the button. Say lorem of again 50. So now if you open the page, you will see the scroll bar. Let's click on open modal, and if you scroll, you will observe that the body is getting scrolled. So we don't want this behavior in the model. Whenever the model is open, we want this scroll bar to be hidden. So what we'll do is, we'll go to modal.js. So we'll add another use effect. What we'll do is, we'll add a style to the body, that is document.body.style.overflow will be set to hidden. And whenever we close the modal, we want the scroll bar to come back. So let's set it to auto. And now if you open and see, the scroll bar will be gone, and we will not be able to scroll the page whenever the modal is open. And if we close, the scroll bars will be back and we'll be able to scroll. And if we check again, here scroll bar is gone, no scrolling, close, scroll bars are back. So that's it from this tutorial. Thanks for watching. If you like the tutorial, do press the like button and do subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And if you have any questions, do comment them below so that I'll be able to answer them. Until the next video, take care and bye bye.